I never wanted God to be mad at me. It was if you do something wrong, you're gonna go to hell. Well, all of these things were happening, I'm going to hell. God doesn't want me. God doesn't want to use me. I'm not like other people. I wasn't the perfect Christian. I wasn't a virgin. I wasn't any of those things.
She was a mess. She was confused. She was angry at times. She was a scared young girl. But under this huge facade of, I am tough, I am angry, and I can do what I want to anybody.
People made me out to be a monster that I never was. And so since I'd never thought I was gonna escape it, I became it. I just felt like I had no worth. I felt like I was dirty. I felt like I was a mistake. I was a sex object. I was this, I was that. I was just somebody to abuse. This is who I am, because nobody's gonna believe the truth about me. I was a cheerleader, and there was, supposedly the rumor is that there was a bet on who could take my virginity first. And there was an upperclassman who invited me to go out. I believed him that his intentions were good with me. It didn't turn out that way. I was lured into like an abandoned house, and I just shut down. I was looking at myself, watching what was happening. I think the word was out that I was somebody that did those things. So there was always men coming up to me. There was always, do you want to come to this party? Do you want to do that? And when I would say no, or I wouldn't participate, they would get really mad at me. And so it was in my head, you do what people tell you to do. I was never gonna escape this identity I was. My prayers were, God, I'm so hurt. And I don't know why this happened to me, and I don't like where I'm at right now. I started developing a relationship with God because I was alone. That's when the relationship with God really started. I didn't know he could be a friend. He started pouring into my spirit who I was, why I was lovable, and he took the blame off of me where it wasn't my fault. He started interjecting and healing each fractured part of my life. So I began reading the Bible again, and I began really searching myself, and I started going to counseling, and I started, anything Joyce Meyer came out with, I had to have it. I remember reading the first part where she's like, my father molested me. I shut the book and I threw it. And I remember calling my friend, and I'm like, I don't know why I don't want to hear that. Why is she writing that? And she said, because she's healed from it.
She would question more, and she's checking herself more, and she's looking for a way out, and I recognize that, looking for a way out of the cage. And that's the point in her life where she was sitting in the garage, and she's watching the Joyce Meyer videos, and she's reading the books, and she's searching and searching. And I knew that just the fact that she was questioning herself was that door cracking of that cage.
Joyce's books helped me a lot in healing, because part of your healing is a lot with your attitude and your behavior, and she talks a lot about her attitude towards life.
If you'll just do what you can do, God will do what you cannot do. But the last thing you
She corrected a lot of my behavior. I could receive from her because she said the things I was thinking. She would interject at a crossroad I was at.
I've been so filled with hope watching this process, because it's been one little thing at a time, one little wall knocking down, one after the other.
When you're the only one who's broken and you're seeing Joyce talk on TV, you feel like someone is listening to you. And knowing who God is now, God was talking to me through her. I'm a walking miracle. I don't know how I got through what I went through. The fact that I can talk about it and it's in a good place, it has to be from God. He started healing me by loving me first. I can sit here and talk about it and say I survived. I can sit here and say there's a way out. It doesn't matter what happens to you, there's always a way out. God loved me enough to stay with me through that whole thing. He cared enough about me to get me out.